My wife said my family always comes first. You're second. I replied, good to know. Then I moved myself to first in my own life. Separate finances, separate plans, separate future. When her family emergency came and she expected me to pay, I, 35 male, should have seen it coming. But you know how it is when you're in it. You make excuses, think it'll get better, convince yourself you're overreacting. My wife, 33, and I have been married 5 years. Her family's always been involved, really involved. The kind of involved where her mom has a key to our place and uses it, where her brother treats our garage like his personal storage unit, where family dinners aren't optional, they're mandatory. At first I thought it was sweet. Big family, close-knit, always there for each other. It took me about a year to realize always there for each other actually meant always there to take. Her brother needed $3,000 for a business opportunity that never materialized. Her sister needed help with rent, just this once, that turned into 4 months. Her parents needed a new AC unit, and somehow that became our responsibility. Always an emergency, always urgent, always my wallet. Every time I pushed back even a little, same script, but their family. Like that explained everything. Like being related gave them unlimited access to our bank account. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my birthday trip. We'd planned this coast vacation for months. Nice hotel, already paid for, time off approved. I was actually excited. Then her mom calls. Her brother needs someone to co-sign a loan. $8 grand. My wife's in the kitchen when she takes the call. I'm making coffee, half listening. Then I hear, of course we'll help. I'll cancel our trip. Didn't even ask me. Didn't even hesitate. Hold on, I said. We're not canceling. She put her hand over the phone. My brother needs us. Your brother needs a co-signer for a loan he'll default on. That's not our problem. Her face did this thing. This look I'd seen before, but never really acknowledged. Pure disbelief that I dare question a family decision. We're helping him. The trip can wait. No. She actually looked shocked. What do you mean no? I mean no, we're not canceling. We're not co-signing. I'm done funding your family's disasters. She told her mom she'd call back. Then turned to me with this expression like I'd just announced I was joining a cult. Why are you being like this? He's my brother, and I'm your husband, which apparently means Jack. That's not fair. You're right, what's not fair is me being an ATM for people who've never paid back a single loan. What's not fair is canceling our plans every time someone in your family snaps their fingers. What's not fair is, my family always comes first, she interrupted. That's just how it is. You come second. You knew this when you married me. Silence, like the air got sucked out of the room. Say that again, I said quietly. My family comes first. You're second. That's just reality. Family is forever, but, she trailed off, didn't need to finish. Message received loud and clear. Good to know, I said. So you understand? Will help? Nope, but thanks for the clarity. I walked out of the kitchen. She followed me, confused. Where are you going? To pack for my birthday trip. You can stay here and help your family. I'm going. You can't just go without me. Sure I can. You made your choice. I'm making mine. She sputtered something about being unreasonable, about not understanding family, about me being selfish. I just kept packing. Took the trip solo. Actually invited my buddy instead. Had a great time. Posted pictures. She called me about 15 times. Didn't answer. When I got back, I'd made some decisions. Started separating everything. We'd always kept our own accounts mostly, but I'd been covering like 70% of expenses because I make more, and she always had some family emergency draining her funds. Set up a new checking account, changed my direct deposit, sat down with a calculator and figured out exactly 50% of every bill. Mortgage, utilities, internet, groceries, everything. That's what I'd pay. Not a penny more. She noticed pretty quick when her Visa got declined. I'd removed her as an authorized user on my card, the one she used for her family's constant emergencies. What the hell? She came storming into my office. My card doesn't work. Correct, I canceled it. You can't just cancel my card. It wasn't yours, it was mine. You were an authorized user, not anymore. Her face went red. How am I supposed to pay for things? With your money, like an adult? This is insane. We're married. And according to you, I'm second place, so I'm treating this marriage accordingly. You handle your priorities, I'll handle mine. She tried the whole guilt trip thing. How could I be so cold? Didn't I love her? What about our partnership? Partnership? I actually laughed. You literally told me I'm second to your family. There's no partnership here. There's you, your family, and then somewhere way down the list, there's me. So now I'm putting myself first. That's fair, right? You're punishing me. Nah, just matching your energy. She went to her parents' house, came back a few days later, probably expecting me to have cooled down or apologized or something. Instead, I turned the spare room into my office. Her craft supplies were boxed up in the garage. What did you do to my room? Got myself an office, needed a space that's mine. That was my room. Was it? I pay half the mortgage. This is my house too, I'm using my space. We barely spoke after that. I started doing my own thing. Signed up for a woodworking class, joined a softball league, made plans without her. When she asked where I was going, I'd just say out. Her family's weekly Sunday dinners, stopped going. Every week she'd ask if I was coming. Nope, why not? Got plans. What plans? What plans? It drove her crazy. She was used to me being available, being the guy who showed up and smiled and paid for things. Now I was just not. Things stayed tense like that for a while. Then the real emergency hit. Her brother. Turns out he'd been gambling, not like casual weekend poker. Underground games, serious money. He was into some people for 35 grand. My wife came home crying with her whole family. Parents, sister, the brother who looked like he'd gotten worked over. We need your help, her dad said. No hello, no how are you, just straight to it. With what? My son owes some dangerous people money. We need $35,000 by the end of the week. I looked at them all standing in my living room. Her mom crying, her sister looking desperate, her brother avoiding eye contact. That's rough, I said. Her dad's jaw clenched. We need you to help us. Why would I do that? You could hear a pin drop. Because he's family, her mom shrieked. He's your family, not mine. Apparently I'm not actually part of this family, remember? My wife grabbed my arm. Please, they could really hurt him. Probably should have thought about that before gambling 35 grand he doesn't have. Her brother finally spoke up. Dude, these guys are serious. I'm in real danger. Then sell your truck. That's worth what, 15 grand? Sell it. I need that for work. And I need my money for my priorities. You made your choices. Deal with the consequences. Her dad stepped closer. What kind of man abandons family in a crisis? The kind who was told he's second place. The kind who watched you all treat him like a walking ATM for 5 years. That kind. We took you in, treated you like a son. I had to laugh at that. You treated me like a bank. Big difference. Her mom started wailing. Please, we're begging you. He could die. Probably should have parented better then. My wife's face went pale. How can you be so heartless? Easy. I learned from watching your family. You want heartless? You've spent 5 years making it crystal clear I don't actually matter to you people. I'm just useful. Well, guess what? I'm not useful anymore. I'll divorce you, my wife said quietly. If you don't help, I'll leave. Okay, she blinked. What? Go ahead. Divorce me. Save me the trouble of filing myself. That's when her sister started screaming. Called me every name in the book. Her mom joined in. Her dad looked like he wanted to hit me. Get out of my house, I said calmly. All of you now. This is her house too. Her sister yelled. Nope. My name on the mortgage. My house. Get out or I'm calling the cops. They left, dragging my still crying wife with them. She didn't come home that night, or the next. Found out through a mutual friend they managed to scrape together about 20 grand. Her parents took a loan against their house. Her sister pawned her wedding ring. Her brother sold his truck, still short 15 grand. The people he owed gave him an extension and started charging interest. And apparently they all decided this was my fault. Update 1. The harassment started pretty much immediately. Her dad showed up at my office, made it past the lobby somehow, started yelling at me in front of my coworkers about abandoning family, about being a coward, about what kind of man I was. Security had to drag him out. He was screaming the whole time about how I'd regret this, how karma would get me. My boss called me in after. What the hell was that? Explained the whole situation. The gambling, the money, the divorce. Jesus, he said. Look, I get it, but we can't have that kind of scene here again. Understood. I'll handle it. But handling it was harder than I thought because they weren't done. Her mom started a phone campaign. Called everyone in my family. My parents, my siblings, my aunts and uncles, cousins I haven't spoken to in years. Told them all I was heartless, that I refused to help in a crisis, that I was abandoning my wife. My mom called me. She's saying you wouldn't help with an emergency? She's saying I wouldn't give her brother 35 grand for his gambling debts. Long pause. Oh, that's different. Yeah. Good for you, baby. Don't let them bully you. Most of my family was cool once they got the real story. But her family kept escalating. Someone keyed my car. Deep, deliberate scratches, all down the side. I'm 90% sure it was her brother but can't prove it. Filed a police report anyway. $800 in damage. Then my wife's sister showed up at my softball game, waited until we were done, then cornered me in the parking lot. You know they beat him up again, right? Broke 2 of his ribs. That's on you. That's on him for gambling. You could have prevented it. He could have prevented it by not being an idiot. You're a sociopath. And you're enabling a gambling addict. We all got our flaws. She called me some more names and left. The really dirty trick came through work again. Someone filed an anonymous HR complaint. Said I'd been making threatening comments about family members and showing unstable behavior. HR called me in. Different person this time, looked uncomfortable. We received a complaint about you. From who? Anonymous. But they're claiming you've been volatile, making concerning statements about harming family members. I just stared. That's completely fabricated. We have to investigate all complaints. Ended up having to write a statement explaining the whole divorce situation, the harassment from her family, everything. It was humiliating. This needs to stop, my boss told me after. I'm sympathetic, but if her family keeps involving the workplace, we're gonna have a problem. I'm working on it. Started documenting everything. Every call, every text, every incident. Built a file. My wife finally called me. First time we'd spoken since that night. We need to talk. About what? About us. About fixing this. There's nothing to fix. You made your choice. I made mine. We're done. Don't I at least deserve a conversation? You told me I'm second place and expected me to fund your family's crises forever. We had the only conversation that matters. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, you did, and it's fine, but you don't get to have it both ways. Your family comes first? Great. They can support you through this divorce. She started crying. Please, can we just talk? Face to face? Against my better judgment, I agreed to meet her for coffee. Big mistake. She showed up with her mom, ambush style. Her mom started in immediately. You need to stop this foolishness and help us. I'm leaving. I stood up. My wife grabbed my hand. Please just listen. I came to talk to you, not get ambushed by your mom. She's here because you won't listen to reason. Reason? You want to talk about reason? Your brother gambled away 35 grand. Your family took out loans they can't pay back to cover his mess, and somehow I'm the unreasonable one for not joining that disaster? Her mom's face went red. He made a mistake. He made a series of choices. Bad ones, not my problem. We raised you, she screeched. Fed you at our table, welcomed you into our family. You used me. There's a difference. I left them sitting there. Blocked both their numbers. The divorce papers came a week later, along with some absolutely insane demands. She wanted half the house. Fine, standard. Half my retirement. Sure, that's how it works. But then she wanted me to pay her legal fees because the divorce was caused by my financial abandonment. And she wanted compensation for emotional distress to the tune of 10 grand. My lawyer actually laughed when she read it. They can't be serious. They're serious. We'll counter. This is ridiculous. The back and forth started, her lawyer playing hardball, my lawyer shutting it down with facts. Meanwhile, her family situation was apparently getting worse. Found out her parents might actually lose their house. The loan they took had some kind of balloon payment they can't cover. Her brother disappeared, just vanished. Word is he left the state because the people he owed weren't playing around anymore. And her sister's marriage was falling apart because she pawned her wedding ring and her husband was pissed. All of it landing squarely in my wife's lap. She tried texting me from her sister's phone since I'd blocked her. Are you happy now? My parents are losing everything, my brother's gone, my sister's getting divorced, all because you wouldn't help. I screenshot it and sent it to my lawyer. Didn't respond to her. What was there to say? Update 2: Court day arrived. She showed up with an entourage. Parents, sister, even some cousins I barely recognized. Like they thought numbers would intimidate me or something. Her lawyer looked smug. Had this whole presentation ready about how I'd systematically isolated and financially abused my wife. My lawyer brought receipts. Started with the spreadsheet. 5 years of family emergencies I'd paid for. Every loan, every bailout, every crisis. Total came to just over 24 grand. Not a penny repaid. Showed how I'd been paying 70% of household expenses despite us both working. Showed the credit card statements. $3,000 in cash advances the month before I canceled her access. All sent to family. Then came the text messages. Years of them. Her canceling plans for family stuff. The conversation where she said point blank, "My family comes first, you're second." The judge's eyebrows went up at that one. Her lawyer tried to spin it. My client was in an emotionally impossible situation, forced to choose between her husband and her family. Nobody forced her to choose, my lawyer cut in. She made that choice herself, explicitly. And my client accepted it and acted accordingly. Her mom couldn't help herself, started sobbing loudly in the back. "He abandoned us when we needed him most." The judge looked up. "Ma'am, you're not a party to this divorce. Be quiet or leave." That shut her up, temporarily. Her lawyer tried a different angle. Argued I should pay her legal fees because I caused the divorce by withdrawing financial support. She filed for divorce, my lawyer pointed out. Not him. She initiated this. Only because he made the marriage untenable. By setting reasonable financial boundaries after being told he was second priority. The judge looked tired. "Counsel, unless you have evidence of actual abuse or illegal activity, the court isn't interested in marital drama. Do you have such evidence?" Her lawyer floundered. "Well, the sudden withdrawal of financial support. He stopped paying for her family's emergencies with his personal income. That's not abuse, that's a boundary." Next argument. They tried to push for alimony, claimed she'd been economically dependent on me. Judge looked at her income, looked at the evidence of where my money had actually been going, her family, not her, and shut it down. The court finds both parties are employed and capable of supporting themselves. No alimony. The final settlement: house gets sold, split 50-50. Retirement accounts divided per state guidelines. We each pay our own legal fees. No alimony. No contact. Her lawyer tried to argue, but the judge was done. Outside the courthouse, her dad tried one more time. "You're really going to let her family lose everything? We're going to be homeless. You took out loans you couldn't afford to cover gambling debts. That's on you. We welcomed you." As a wallet, "Yeah, I know. Good luck with that foreclosure." Her brother showed up out of nowhere. Must have snuck back into town. He was in my face immediately. "You think you're better than us?" "I think I'm smarter than you." He shoved me. My lawyer stepped between us, already on her phone with courthouse security. Touch my client again and we're filing charges. Security showed up fast. Escorted him away while he yelled about what he'd do to me, how I'd pay, all the usual empty threats. My wife just stood there crying while her mom hugged her. Her sister was on the phone, probably trying to find a place to stay since their parents were about to lose their house. Drove away while her dad yelled at me about karma. The house sold within a month. Got asking price. Market's good right now. After the mortgage, we each cleared about 85 grand. She needed hers immediately. Her parents' foreclosure was already in process. I put mine in a savings account and started looking at condos. Found out through friends what happened after. Her parents lost the house, moved in with her sister. Her sister's marriage didn't survive the stress. Husband filed for divorce. Her brother's apparently in another state, still dodging his debts. My ex is working 2 jobs trying to stay afloat. Her settlement money disappeared trying to help her parents. She's in a studio apartment now, broke and exhausted. Her family barely talks to her anymore. Apparently they blame her for letting me go and ruining their gravy train. The irony isn't lost on me. As for me, bought a condo downtown, 2-bedroom, nice balcony, modern kitchen. It's all mine. No compromises. No ugly furniture from her mom. No family photos I have to pretend to like. Been seeing someone new. She's a teacher, has her own life, her own money, her own boundaries. When she talks about her family, it's normal stuff. Nobody calling at midnight needing cash. We're taking it slow. Had one last contact with my ex. She got a new number, texted me. I hope you're happy. You destroyed my whole family because you couldn't help in an emergency. Thought about not responding, but I needed to say it one final time. Your family destroyed itself by treating people like ATMs and making terrible choices. I just stopped participating. Good luck. Blocked the number. My therapist asked if I felt guilty. No, I said, and I meant it. Why not? Because I didn't do anything wrong. They had an emergency. It wasn't my emergency. They had consequences for their choices. Those aren't my consequences. She nodded. Sounds like you've processed this well. Maybe I have. Or maybe I'm just done caring about people who never cared about me. Either way, I sleep fine. The revenge wasn't elaborate, wasn't some master plan. It was just stopping. Stopping the loans, stopping the sacrifices, stopping the endless cycle of putting myself last while they put themselves first. They called it abandonment. I call it self-respect. And honestly, best decision I ever made.